Hello everyone, it is April 18th and I am on VEDA 9, so I realize I am 9 days behind, so way to go. But in all seriousness, I've got more important things going on in my life than to do these. And same with World Cup stuff, it's not up, there is no video, there is no sappy Facebook post, there is no anything, because quite frankly I have other things that I need to focus on. Today's video is about failure. Just straight up about failure. And failure is something that happens a lot. And in our society, in our just kind of culture, you know, and in all cultures across the world, it's kind of, we've got kind of like this Ricky Bobby mentality going on of if you're not first, you're last. There seems to be only one win state, but tons of lose states. Which kind of sucks. And life kind of seems that way sometimes to a lot of people. There's a lot of injustice and failure and toxicity in our lives. A lot of things are just unfair or infuriating. And those can be seen as like life failures, whether it's accountable to us or not. It's kind of like a failure in our mood, a failure in our flow, and that sucks. So, when there's a failure, you need to get yourself back up and continue moving forward. There is no laying down. There is no just taking it and not moving forward from there, because that's not how life works. It continues to move forward in our, you know, meager concept of time and these tiny monkey brains that we have. It moves forward. There's a sense of progression. We need to go. So you can't go against that. And failure is something that you're going to experience a lot. And there's no way around it. Everyone is going to fail at some point. It seems that, you know, it doesn't seem, that's just how it is. And so the message of this video as I talk about failure is get up and do it again. There's going to be a lot of failure in your life. There's going to be a lot of bad grades. There's going to be a lot of missed assignments, yes. There's going to be a lot of missed shots. There's going to be a lot of missed passes and catches or putts or strides or whatever in competition. There's going to be a lot of missed moments with friends and family. There's going to be a lot of missed social cues. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. There's going to be a lot of turmoil and heartbreak and all the other things that I mentioned that happen in life. There's going to be a lot of it. But as we've already established, time moves forward. We can't not move forward. If we don't, then we just risk stagnation, and stagnation is death. There is no other state that is good that isn't moving forward in some way. And it's hard to think about because it's so cliche, you know, learn from your mistakes, you know, learn so you can do better next time, get up and try again. These things are so ingrained in our culture that it's become cliche. And it's you know, we hear them over and over that it's white noise, it's background, we don't pay attention to it. It just kind of, you know, it's there. We don't listen to it. Which is a shame, because it's some of the best advice that we have. And I think, you know, I want to make this as an inspiration to other people if you're experiencing failure to get up and try again. Which it is, but it's also for myself, because I experience personal failure every day. Now, I'm not going to get into that, and it's not like, you know, my personal failures or life and death matters or anything like that, but that is an entirely different conversation about the severity and magnitude of people's problems and things like that. Regardless of whether your failures are personal or not, whether they're in your control or not, or to any degree in between, you need to move forward. You need to pick yourself back up and try again, or try something different. The person who fails and continues, the person who fails and gets and picks themselves back up, is infinitely better than the person who does not. Is infinitely better than the person who didn't even try in the first place. I'd like to think that, like for instance, in my faith, in Christianity, in Catholicism, we're always worried about hypocrisy and like, oh, they say they're a good Christian, but then they go and do this or whatever. We don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know why they're doing that thing, or what they believe, or what they don't believe. Everyone's got their own personal definition of things. We're not all by the book Catholics or Christians or Jews or Muslims or any other religious affiliation. And we get so worked up about this hypocrisy, but we don't know what's going on in their life. We don't know what's happening and whether that's actually a failure or not. But I think a big thing in Christianity and Catholicism, and I'll use that as an example because that is personally of the faith that I am, is that you continue to try. You continue to work towards it. This is because in my faith we believe that we're all sinners. Because we are. We all screw up. But the difference between the sinners who claim they're Christian and are, and the sinners who claim they're Christian and aren't, is the ones who are, try. When they screw up, they try to do better. They try to make amends. They try to live more closely in the footsteps of Jesus. In the same way in life, the people who are the real winners are the ones who try. And I will take trial and failure every time over the not trying at all, or trial and failure and not trying at all. And this has gotten very rambly and very serious, and so sorry if you were hoping for something happy-go-lucky. This is probably even worse because I know I sound all monotone on camera and in real life, which, fun fact, to me, I don't sound this way. I sound kind of expressive. Whatever. So, in the end, in conclusion here, I'm making this for other people and I'm making it for me. You're going to have failures. Look at your life right now, there probably is one. It's in your schoolwork or on your sports team, maybe in your church or your community, maybe in your personal relationship with friends and family, or people who could be those things but aren't. It could be personal failures within yourself. Alright, your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. Those are all things that exist and that you need to take care of, and your personal failure can be not taking care of one, multiple, or all of those. Whatever it may be, whatever the failure may be, no matter how big or small, no matter how tiny and insignificant it may seem, or how colossally you screwed up, you need to get back up and try again. You need to get back up and face the music. You need to get back up and tell yourself that you're going to do better. And I know that it's hard for a lot of people. And I know that not everyone can do that based on their own mental health and everything. But if you do it to the best of your ability, even if that is 1% of someone else's ability, as long as you are doing your best, that's all that matters. And I want you right now, take a second, think about your personal failures right now. And are you trying your hardest to get by them? If the answer is no, do a little soul searching about what you want to do. What do you want out of life? What failures do you want to overcome? What do you want to try again on? What can you do better? Because I always think that there should be a better state. There is a higher echelon of yourself in existence that you should always strive to be. Because that's how the world's going to be a better place in the end. I remember a long time ago, sometime in high school, and I'll use this as final conclusion. I realize this video is long. Sorry, Claire and Caspian, you're going to have to deal. Of a friend in high school who almost got a little upset at me, saying, why am I so obsessed with other people's perception of me, of which it was high school. Of course you're obsessed with people's perception of you. Why am I always so afraid of screwing up, of, angering someone or upsetting them, and why can't I just accept that that's who I am and other people can deal with it? And I always found that to be really, really, really annoying. That person was fine with who they were right then and never wanted to change that and never wanted to better themselves. Now, I'm sure that person did, but that's how it came off a lot. And it was like, why do you care that you upset people? Well, because I don't want to upset people. I don't want to be upset myself. Why would I want to do it to someone else? Why would I not move forward from that failure? At the very least, you should just try not to do that. But I guess that doesn't really have much of a conclusive story. That's just something that's always kind of bugged me. But I don't really talk to that person anymore, so hey, whatever. They're living their life doing I don't even know what, and I'm living mine. Well, that was deep and heavy. So, yeah, I'm not going to cut this either. I'm not going to... No. So I hope that you had a period of reflection here as you think about that. I promise to have more comical and fun content coming in the future, or something. I know that I had a question from Fiona a long time ago about poetry, of which I need to find a poem to read, and how do I make tea, of which I'm sure you'll probably be upset by. I don't know. I don't use milk. A lot of people are upset by that. It just doesn't taste good to me. Yeah. And who knows whatever else. Maybe World Cup at some point. But you're going to have failures. Get yourself back up and try again. Really, actually, specifically try. You'll be surprised at the results. Alright? Don't beat yourself up over it. Just work harder. You can do it. You got it. Alright. Have a good night, everyone.